E aí galera, salve, salve, tudo beleza? Vocês estão? Joia, tudo joia? E aqui de volta no canal AndeXGames para mais uma live. Livezinha aqui pela manhã, nessa quarta-feira, dia 12. Caminhando aí já para metade do mês de fevereiro. Nossa, velho. Daqui a pouco o ano acaba, hein? Daqui a pouco chega GTA 6 aí, para nós jogar. Será que sai esse ano ainda, hein? Sei não, hein? Será que vai ser adiado? Vamos ver, vamos aguardar aí cenas dos próximos capítulos. Então vamos estar continuando aqui nessa jornada nesse Zelda dos Colossos aí. Nosso querido eterno STRANDS. Jogo de aventura que eu comecei aí já faz umas 5 lives. Já é a sexta. E tá continuando aqui. Tentar completar o jogo em live, né? Eu não gosto muito de passar um jogo e não terminar. Gosto de começar e terminar e ir até o fim. Mas é isso, essa ideia é aqui pro game. Lembra você para deixar aquele like na live. Likezão aí, galera. Você que tá no YouTube, se inscreva no canal aí. Você que tá na roxinha, nos acompanhando aí também. Deixe seu apoio com seu follow. Seja um sub aí no canal também. Tá trazendo as novidades aí pra quem é inscrito. Sair do canal também. As brincadeiras legais aí. Deixa eu habilitar o game aqui pra gente ir para o jogo. E também do Pix, se você quer fazer uma contribuição a mais aí pro canal. Você pode estar fazendo uma doação aí. Acessando através do QR Code. Aparecendo aqui agora. Através do link aí no minifielder.tv.br/AndeXGames. Nossa página de doação aí. Aquele áudio personalizado, além da sua mensagem para ser lida aqui durante a live. Isso, beleza, vamos para o game. Deixa tudo certo aqui. A trilha sonora desse jogo é muito boa, né? A trilha sonora legalzinha o jogo. Sim, né? Espero que o áudio seja legal aí, galera. Seja bom. Jogo ok pra você. Caso contrário aí, manda seu feedback no chat. Manda suas mensagens aí. A gente está interagindo aí durante a live. Que confuso. Poxa, tem que vir pra cá. Entrar no outro lugar lá. Ninguém não. Hurricane. Fala com o Poivo aqui, Poivo. disponível. Uma curiosidade ardente.
Hey, you all right?
Está bem.
Yes. There's something I should have told
Você
you.
deveria ter
So
contado.
I'll just come out and say it.
Desembucha logo.
I was born in the Enclave.
Então, isso não é claro.
How is that possible?
Oh, luck or tragedy,
Sorte ou azar.
depending on your perspective. Before I was born, my mother and father lived here happily for several years. But they decided it would be better if my mother raised me with my grandmother and great aunts for the first few months of my life. So she left with me when I was just a hatchling, with every intention to return.
But the surge happened.
The life I should have had was lost for good. Because of all this, I never knew my father. I don't even know his name.
Você é trágica. Imagino que tem curiosidade sobre a identidade do pai. Você ajuda.
So, we're going to find out who your father was.
You would help me?
Me ajudaria?
Of course. Maybe Lane would have some ideas on where to start.
Actually, I had an idea myself. The spindle mentioned a statue of my mother. It's clear the Enclave commemorated their champions. I can't shake this feeling my father is among them.
You think there's a statue of your father?
I know it sounds strange, but the handful of times that my mother spoke of him, she described him as this great hero. Since she was one herself, is it so crazy to think she might have meant that literally?
Maybe not. I can scope out the statues in Upper Denevron for a resemblance, if that's what you want.
Good. And thank you.
Curiosidade ardente.
So, Warrior, what do you make of the Enclave Council?
Their living history.
História
What they've
viva.
seen, what knowledge they must have preserved. All this time, they've been here, holding down the fort. It's great you've offered to help the axle and the spindle. Just be careful you're not going over the eye's head.
Someone needs to help his people, and frankly, it doesn't seem like it's going to be him.
Try to have some understanding of all he's been through. He's led the Enclave during a crisis. The rules change. He knows more about the Surge, the Enclave, and arguably even magic. Because while we've been outcasts, he's been here,
Ah, salve,
at
Hunter.
the heart of our culture.
Bem-vindo, bom dia. Bom dia, meu nobre. Estava aqui no coração da nossa
It's
cultura.
something we need to respect.
Nós temos que respeitar.
I'll try.
Good.
Tem mais coisa ainda pra tu falar.
Warrior, I'm curious. Why the sudden interest in finding out more about your father?
Eita, esqueci. Se carregar o controle. Tá jogando esse jogo? Tem paciência pra ler tudo. Para que só o que tem é muita contas nesse game. Tô ligado que o game já é muitas conversas, né?
He was trapped in the Enclave my
Eu tô
entire
jogando ele
life.
já faz um tempo já.
This is the first chance I actually
Sexta
have to
live que eu
find out
faço. Eu
who
gostei do
he
game.
was.
Eu também gosto de começar e terminar. Eu notei muitas conversas.
Right. But I guess what I mean is, you really never tried to find out more from your mother.
I always had this sense that it wasn't something she could discuss. There was
Gostasse
a
também.
heaviness in the air when his name came.
Tirando as conversas. Ficava pesado quando tocava no nome dele.
She was in love with him. And then she lost him in this cataclysmic event that no one could have predicted.
That must have been unimaginably painful.
Yes. She wasn't a tragic figure, though. She carried it well. You'd never know she was in pain. And truthfully, I had such a good life with my mother and my grandmother. It wasn't like I felt he was missing.
Until now.
Until we arrived here, yes. Something about this place just makes it clear how much I've lost because of the surge.
É o primeiro game deles, né? Yellow Brinks. Primeiro jogo do time. Dev Team. Se prendeu mesmo. De alguma forma deixei muito claro tudo que perdi por causa disso.
Being here makes me wonder, if the surge hadn't happened, would I have been forced to leave home to become a weaver?
Most certainly not. You would have been a valued member of society, not an outcast. Did you have a good relationship with your mother?
Aceita por nossas diferenças, falar dela com carinho.
I probably take more after my dad than my mum, that's for sure. But I love her all the same.
She gave you a good life then.
Oh, the best. It was hard to leave it behind.
My mother and I had our ups and downs throughout my life too. As daughters get older, we understand our mothers better.
Any chance our mothers understand us better with age too?
She'll come around to the weaving, if that's what you're worried about. She loves you after all.
She does. I know that much.
Eita, qual é a tua? Vai falar o quê? Rogamento?
Bryn, I'm glad you're here. I need to talk to you.
What's going on? You look pretty tired.
Yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. It's just about those 90 Drake scales. I know Arya said we don't need them, but she just doesn't understand. It's dangerous out here, you know? Especially now that these Surgeborn are loose. We need to be prepared for anything. It's just gnawing in the back of my head. Do you think you could do it?
90. Ajudar, mas as camas de dragão não são a resposta. Aqui não faz sentido.
Kaz, you need to tell me what's really going on here. I want to help, but the Drake scales? The Weaver Band is okay. More than okay. We're in the best shape we've been in since we entered the Enclave, now that we've made contact with the Hearthsiders. Besides, the caravan is looking pretty full. It's not making sense.
You think I'm insane?
No, of course not.
Era's breath. I shouldn't have brought this up. Ugh. But you just don't understand. Everyone could die if I don't... It would be my fault.
Whatever this is, please just tell me what's going on.
No. I shouldn't have burdened you. Sorry, just go.
But Kaz...
I can't talk about this anymore.
Casmin is not okay. And I don't think bringing her more stuff is the answer. I'd better talk to Aurea.
I don't want to talk about the scales anymore, but the Hearthsiders look more traumatized than a beast of burden after a hurricane.
What? Why would you say that?
I would think someone who grew up in the wake of war would recognize the signs. Disorganized and unable to triage their own problems. They're overwhelmed. Suspicious of us despite our clear good intentions, suggesting paranoia. And while their leader is in deep denial of the very real crisis the Enclave is in, the others accept it. They've been stewing in turmoil for so long, it's become their new normal. And it's probably more comfortable for them than the prospect of change.
You're right. They do remind me of some veterans back in Carnarvon.
Saw it 1,000 times over while working in Udea. Aurea may not want to hear it, but these people are completely lost in their crisis.
I spoke to Aurea earlier. She certainly does want to give the Eye the benefit of the doubt. I'm not so sure it's warranted.
Aurea has a case of hero worship when it comes to the Enclave. She can be blinded by it sometimes.
Huh.
It's not to say great things didn't happen here. But at the end of the day, the Hearthsiders aren't gods. They're fallible. Just like us.
Kaz, you know you can talk to us about what's going on, right?
Nothing's going on. I'm fine, I promise.
Bom, não tá acontecendo nada.
You don't seem fine, though.
It's just, no one seems to understand how
don't
important the
know.
Ashpeak Drake skills are, and bad things are going to happen if we don't... You know what? I just can't talk about this right now.
Se lascar, moleque.
Hey, Aurea. About Casmin.
I know. I'm worried too. So is the rest of the band. Let's talk at the archive, privately. I'll join you and Lane in a moment.
All right.
Tem.
It's safe to say Casmin hasn't been acting like herself. She's always been tightly wound, but this is something else.
Bryn, she seems more open with you than most. Can you describe in detail what's abnormal about her behavior?
She's begging me for more supplies, even though the caravan is chock full.
Not that we could tell, because she's covered it up.
More than that, she just seems distressed. She's always talking about worst-case scenarios, and lately it's like she's convinced we're all going to die.
I have heard rumors of abnormal behavior developing in Kashar that could be linked to this.
What kind of rumors?
In polytheistic beliefs that are pervasive in the southern part of the Maida, there is an affliction known as Ira's Plague. The sufferer is haunted by twisted visions of death and pain. The goddess of justice, era, won't allow the sufferer inner peace until they repent through scrupulosity.
Sem aflição, precisamos ajudar aqueles. Vou seguir para os próximos passos. Escrupulosidade.
All right. Casmin is suffering. We need to do something about it.
And preemptively? No exorcisms?
Hardly. This is likely nothing more than a condition that has been stigmatized by religion. A scientific explanation must exist, and thankfully, we are in the heart of progressive thinking.
You think the Enclave could have done research on this?
Makes sense. Where should I start looking?
The steps in the upper city is where I'd start. Between the main building of the spire and the atrium used to stand a school for alchemists. From your explorations, the surge hit that area pretty hard, but some of the building may still be standing.
Great. What am I looking for?
Maybe the name of someone who suffered like Casmin, or a healer who treated the condition. If you find someone like that, you'll want to search the areas of the city where they spent time. Ira's plague is wildly misunderstood across the Maida. If we could find a treatment, it could help more than Casmin.
You're right. I'll start with the steps, then expand my search.
Bryn, I have to say, I'm a little concerned about you.
Me?
I don't think you know what you're getting yourself into with the Enclave Council. You're not just helping them, you're diving headfirst into their political affairs.
Lane, if I can fight an Archon 10 times my size, I can handle a little bureaucracy.
That's exactly my point. I was raised in the midst of political schemes and intrigue. There's always something unsaid or underhanded at play beneath the surface. Just be careful.
You won't find Oria's father running amid statues, you know? What do you mean?
You know what's most likely to get in the way of tracking down one's lineage? Family. A scholar wants to trace a family line to find connections between key historical figures? No problem. A living relative wants to find their great-grandfather using some oh-so-precious family heirloom? What a headache.
Why?
A scholar is objective. They have no emotional attachment to the family line, no sense of self wrapped up in the results of their study.
And you're saying Oria does?
I'm saying she needs to expand her search beyond Weaver heroes. She's not searching for family there, she's seeking identity. And without objectivity, her search will turn up nothing.
Faz muito sentido, personagens poderiam causar problemas na busca de ordem.
Oria did jump into this with preconceived ideas about who her father is. I can see how that might cause problems.
It most certainly will if she doesn't come around to the idea that her father may not live up to her expectations.
I'll keep that in mind.
Food for thought, at least.
Nossa, acaba
The
não.
greatest tragedies of the Surge is the loss of stories. The Enclave might not be that old, but with so many dead to the Surge-born, their memories most certainly died with them.
I can understand that.
Oh?
My parents' generation tend to stay quiet around the fire. Whatever stories Khanhanders had were beaten out of us by public lashings and prison camps. And we haven't had time since independence to start telling new ones.
Ah, yes. Bryn of Carnhaven. I almost forgot.
Wait, like what Dom called me? You were listening?
I always am. Habit born of a Udean upbringing, I suppose. But, yes. I suppose the similarities are there, aren't they? A population whittled down by catastrophe. Stories lost. Did you ever have the urge to press a little harder? To try and learn just one or two stories, even if it was painful for the person telling them.
Vivendo as histórias é a minha prioridade, além. Eu prefiro olhar para frente.
Honestly, in that case, I'm happy to let the past lie. If I didn't want to look forward, I wouldn't have left to join Aaron's Weaver Band. And I wouldn't have ended up here. So I'm here to live new stories, not to dwell on the past.
I understand the drive, but do you think perhaps you might have been running from the grief too? Not to make assumptions, but it can't have been easy growing up in a culture steeped in such loss.
There's joy in freedom, and even though that's what independence promised, I didn't feel like I had that at home.
I understand. The physical chains are gone, but the mental binds remain. Perhaps our presence can help the denizens of the Enclave avoid the same trap.
I hope so.
I took a break from work earlier to watch you on the scry. The way you take down those giant beasts, it's breathtaking. Poetry in motion, even. If you weren't already journaling your exploits, I'd be dedicating page upon page to them.
I don't get to see myself from the outside very often.
Alas, if only I were an accomplished artist.
Too bad. I want to see what I look like when I'm exploring places that haven't been seen for decades.
Even without pictorial aids, you look brave, confident, powerful.
You had those adjectives ready to roll. Been watching me a lot.
Yes, it's what naturally came to. Words are more my specialty.
It might sound callous, but I'm a little disappointed in the Hearthsiders.
They're in worse shape than any of us expected.
They've done so little to repair the wonders that surround them. How can a society once renowned for its genius become so far removed from their own innovations? It makes me question if they were ever as great as we all believe they were, or if it was just
Some myth to keep weavers going after the surge.
exactly something for us to believe in, whether or not it was true.
Provavelmente complicada desafiar ele que você não acha essa realidade e fantasia.
There is probably a mix of truth and legend in our stories of the Enclave. Nothing's black and white. Isn't that always the case in history?
Yes, I suppose this could have been expected, but it's rare we have a chance to confront history in person like this. I'm just not sure what to think anymore.
That wasn't exactly the warmest welcome. I'm guessing the Enclave Council isn't your biggest fan right now.
Stalos, dizer a ela que você está confiante de que não vão mudar bem.
Not a great first impression, but I can bring them around.
Even the Eye. He seemed pretty peeved.
Mudar.
Hey, if I can help his people, he won't have any reason to hate me.
Whatever the Council thinks of you, I'm glad you're trying to help them. I think they could really use it.
Yeah, they don't seem to be in great shape.
Nothing our daring point can't fix. That's an intimidating silhouette. Worth the materials, I'd say. This one strikes a good balance.
So, what were you speaking to the eye about?
Nothing. I just...
I didn't mean to pry. I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
You want to know if I'm okay?
Yeah.
Then how come no one is at all concerned with the fact we can't leave? This isn't my life. Traveling with a weaver band was supposed to be temporary. For me, at least. There are things I should get back to in Taza. And it's increasingly clear no one has any idea when I will. If ever. So no, I'm not okay.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea you were feeling this way. You're right.
I am?
The truth is, we don't know how or when we're getting out of here. But if you want to leave, we should have made that more of a priority. Or at least made you feel more heard. So we'll work on it.
Really? What's the catch?
Pagadinha.
No catch. Apprentice or full-time weaver, what's important to you is important to all of us.
I don't know what to say. But...
Isso. Eu faço aqui. Esses secundários aqui. Autodano, bro.
Aurea thinks her father could have a statue in the Enclave just like her mother. So, I'm looking for a male Oberon that fits our timeline.
Jogado aqui.
As impressive as Aurea's lineage may be, we're 200 years off the timeline for Arden to be her father. Not to mention the lack of feathers. Aurea's father is unlikely to be a Casil woman. Besides, when it comes to nurturing parental figures, Ramanos's shrewd eye for politics isn't what comes to mind. Aurea, this must be the statue of your mother that the spindle mentioned.
One of the greatest enchantresses of her time.
That's a lot to live up to. Huh. This statue does depict an Oberon, but it's impossible to tell who it is.
Maybe there's another statue that isn't damaged.
I'll keep looking around the city.
As estátuas aqui. Opa. Unidos ali.
The verdant gardens. It was a must-see for visiting caravans.
Weavers and foreign dignitaries alike. The gardens were a pleasant backdrop to the trade negotiations that took place in Upper Denevra.
Vida acabando ali, puxa. Opa, amiguinho, tudo bem? Como você está? Quer brigar, hein? Tudo gelado aqui mesmo, na fogo aí. Uma brasa. Cara. Morreu. Miserável. Essa altura, nossa. Esse é bom demais, né? Esse daí, feliz. Só amaldiçoado. Morrer, mano. Lasquei.
only way to strengthen a power is through active harvest.
Tem uma estátua por aqui. Estátua. Não sei. Brigando, hein? Brigar aí à vontade. Deixa eu falar. Ali. Como é que chega ali? Calma aí, seu bicho. Será que ela pula ali? feito. Salve, Lorde Lucas. E aí, mano? Tudo bem contigo? Você vai matar a menina. Gela ponto futura. X perto na pele. Mina pão. A moça por aqui. Achei que ela morre. Quer morrer, moleque? Fácil, hein? Vai lá embaixo, hein? Eu acho que ficou mais fácil aqui.
Not much of this building left, but looks like it's my lucky day. This tome is titled Disordered Thinking and Mental Anguish.
Vou voltar.
Looks thick. An insert says, a herbalist in the market found success treating a variety of patients suffering from these types of afflictions. Better search the market next.
E ver papai. Metros da guarda. E agora como é que volta? Não sei como é que volta. Tem que voltar pra base. Isso de ir no mercado. Ah, salve aí, mandou. E aí? Beleza? Bom dia. Bem-vindo no canal, valeu pelo apoio. Eu fui pra cá, pra quê? Pra nada. Mercado. Se eu posso logo dar outra lá. Esse cara chato aqui. Eita, quem tá ali? Isso, eu quero brigar contigo. Esse cara aqui é novo. Oh. Esse aqui é doido. Rebentos do surto. Ah, aquele bicho fugiu. A couraça se regenera. Exposta aos nós. Rompida a couraça. Ficam imunes ao plano físico. São muito vulneráveis ao calor e ao frio. Ok. Nossa. Ele desce. Pegou aqui, velho. Posso arriscar aqui. Quero brigar contigo não, bicho. Ajuda, amiguinho. Esse cara dormiu. Uma lapadinha dessa, esse cara dormiu. Já não é essa estátua. Baluarte. Se a galera não soube, deixa o like na live. Não esqueça de apoiar a live aí do canal. Deixa o sub também, se inscreva aí. Com seu apoio. Tem uma estátua aqui. Essa mais com você. Onde é que eu tô morrendo? Pega meu pé, meu irmão. Oxi, tem bicho. Portando oficial ali.
Judging from the size, it could have been a route for Archons.
Pô. Deixa pra lá, velho. Oi. Tem portal ali.
The officer's gate was guarded by arcs. Access through the loom gate was restricted.
Aqui. Assim mesmo. Essa mesmo. Tem aqui em cima. Eita. Faz aqui, é. Se eu quero brigar contigo. Quero não, rapaz, lá. Quero conversa com você, não. Tenho medo de você. Você está me vendo? Pode ter assim na cabeça.
A ledger belonging to the herbalist that owned this stand. There are notes on all kinds of afflictions, both physical and mental, that were treated here. Looks like they asked one patient with symptoms similar to Casbin to keep a diary during treatment. I wonder if I could track it down. He lived in the lower city.
Uma coleira. Como é que fica isso? Coleiro lá na frente. Colorido agora. Opa. Escudo de fogo. Para escudo. Está perdido aqui.
Isn't that the same Oberon statue you found in the atrium?
Maybe if I burn the vines, I'll be able to see who it is.
É chato isso. Que vegetação. Destruir a estátua.
Matteo Agretius, known for his acts of bravery following the surge. Could this be your father, Aurea?
Perhaps. Arakim might know how to confirm.
E arqueira. 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 Tá. Vamos ver isso aqui agora. Oh. Ixi, me ajuda. Zerar lá em cima. Merda. Achei. Caiu. Show.
A diary. The man it belonged to details all his anxieties and intrusive visions. I wonder if Hasmin could relate to him. It's hard to think about her experiencing all this alone. He mentions that he also sought help at the Hallow Pyre Rise. I should check the temple for more information.
Ponto da Piraçaca. Oi. É o Davi? Olá. E aí, como é que tá? Beleza? Tudo jóia? Bem-vindo aí de volta, valeu aí pela presença.
A tome on religious afflictions. I wonder if it might document something similar to Ila's plan. If Casman really believes she's been cursed or afflicted, no wonder she's trying to keep it to herself.
Demorou, mas chegou. Informações sobre o isso de ira. Delay. Se a gente voltar agora, já resolve esses dois. Esses dois aqui tá faltando ainda. Foi mal, galera. Esse jogo é o Eternal STRANDS. O jogo chegou dia 27, se não me engano, no Game Pass. Jogo Day 1 em Game Pass. Jogo de aventura, magia, espada. Estilo lembra um pouco Zelda. Shadows of the Colossus também, por conta dos arcs, né? Arque gigante. Tem uns dragões, monstros também. Uns monstros gigantes. A menina tem uma cara de sofrida. Para a carinha dela. Tá fazendo uma série do Marinha no Minecraft. Legal.
Exactly as I theorized. Ira's plague is little more than a stigmatized condition with a perfectly rational explanation.
Which is...
A perfect storm of family traits and lifestyle choices, exaggerated by circumstance. Diet, athletics, and sleep all factor in.
Casman hasn't been sleeping much.
Might be worth presenting this research to her to see if the rest resonates.
Good idea.
Oria and I will join you when you're ready.
Criatura das porções. Muita resistência. Tem 2 episódios? Que maneira. Extremadura. Coisa lá em cima. Fala, Varão, e aí, mano? Beleza? Paz. Paz do Senhor. Valeu mesmo aí pela presença, pelo apoio na live. Muito bem-vindo aí. Grande Varão. Canal que eu recomendo aí sempre. AndeXGames. Aquelas gameplay marota. Grande Varão.
That's an intimidating silhouette.
Val da bexiga.
When's the last time anyone saw her sleep?
It's been weeks.
Is that normal for a Kashar?
No.
Arik, about those statues in Upper Denevron.
Eu tava gravando sobre mod. Caramba, até o celular queimou. Assim de repente.
You mean the Friends of the Eye?
No, I was talking about the champions.
Ha! Some of them, maybe. But you could be the most heroic weaver in the world, and unless you're cozying up to leadership, there's no statue being built in your honor.
Huh.
Anyway, what do you want with them?
Well, we're wondering if there could be a familial connection between someone in our band and one of the figures represented on the statues.
You could dive through the archives we've preserved in Casten's hold on all our heroes. That's the slow, boring way.
Don't let Lane hear you say that.
Or you can compare mantles to see if their patterns are a match.
You can tell two people are related through their mantles.
The spindle could tell you more about the science behind it.
Beleza. Próxima. Você sabe explicar melhor assim, se por trás disso.
But from what I understand, there are similarities across bloodlines in how a weaver's cloth pulls magic from the air. A pattern tracer allows us to analyze those similarities between two weavers' patterns. I'll give you a design for it. Once it's built, take it to the Axel and she'll trace the mantles for you. We've preserved mantles belonging to all our heroes in Casten's hold.
Thanks, Arik. Aurea will be pleased.
Aurea? For what it's worth, she's twice the weaver any of those statues might claim to be.
Criador de padrão. É isso.
How are you settling in, Arik? Things going well?
Good. Yeah, they're fine.
Just good?
No, not really. Something's going on at the hold, and it's making the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. The Eye publicly scorched you for opening up Asylum, and yet I've heard him telling the Spindle that this could be a good thing. Meanwhile, the runners are stretched paper thin, keeping supplies moving. Which, of course, leaves my people no time to deal with actual threats.
Sounds like you could use some help. What's the problem?
Really? Oh, dancing winds, where to start? No, wait, I know. The Spitfires. A particularly aggressive group seems set on spreading through Denevron. In particular, they're building nests in some areas I was hoping to use as training grounds, but we had to pull out due to the risk.
Would the areas be safe if I took care of the nests?
Yes, though the nests are very durable. They will turn brittle if you get them cold enough.
Consider it done. Anything else?
Maybe an odd request. Could you ask Oreo if I could power the scry while you're tackling them?
Why not ask her yourself?
I feel like I have a lot to learn from Oreo and how she works with you. And it's strangely intimidating to admit that to her directly.
She is a force of nature. I get it. I'll ask.
Jeitinho de falar com ela.
Making yourself at home?
Yes. I've always wanted my own ruined fountain. I don't want to presume, but being here is a nice break from all the politics.
And the eye is okay with that?
I convinced him I would be keeping an eye on you. Frankly, I think he's just glad to be rid of me. I ask the kind of questions that make him uncomfortable. You know, tough ones like, how? And why exactly?
Lucky for you, Aria loves when people ask those questions. Welcome to the camp, Eric. We're glad to have you, and your insight on the Hearthsiders.
You still call us that?
Yeah, but it's more bitter these days. Surge and all. Maybe together we can fix that.
Let's. Thanks again for offering to talk to Oreo for me. It's genuinely exciting to learn from someone new for once. Our community's pretty insular.
Deus. Serenita.
Casmin, we need to talk.
Precisa dormir, mulher.
Could it wait? I'm in the middle of touch counting the armory.
No, it can't.
We've been worried about you.
I'm fine. Seriously, don't worry about me.
No one has seen you sleep in days. You're clearly hiding 2 bands worth of supplies behind the caravan shutters. And half the time you're talking a league a minute about catastrophes that are never going to happen. We can't let you keep going like this.
No. Maybe I've been a little off lately, but I'm fine, seriously. I'm just trying to keep our Weaver band prepared in case... I just want us all to be safe.
We are safe.
Kaz, I've been doing research on a condition you might know as Ira's plague.
I'm not possessed.
We know.
The Enclave's studies on Ira's plague concluded that it's not a religious affliction, but a disorder of the mind. The sufferer experiences a cycle of relentless, disturbing thoughts and all manner of compulsions to fix them, including hoarding. Though it may be passed on through families, this condition is often exacerbated by a lack of sleep.
Bryn found a diary belonging to a Cassil man in Denevron who suffered from this. I think you should read it. He describes the intrusive visions that began after the birth of his son. Horrible fears he would drop his baby that he was so ashamed of, he couldn't share them with anyone.
That's awful.
It reached a point where he couldn't hold his own child, until he sought help.
So, you're saying... if I have Ira's plague, there's a cure?
We found evidence of a treatment, yes. We'd need to talk to someone at Cassidon's Hold to know more.
But we didn't want to speak to someone outside the Weaver Band on your behalf without talking to you first.
I don't know.
Não tendo que se envergonhar. Isso é ela que todos precisamos de ajuda.
None of this is your fault. It's okay to get help. We all need it from time to time.
But no one else seems to need help. Everyone else is handling being here just fine, and I'm the only one having a breakdown.
Hey, it could be any one of us tomorrow. And I know for a fact that if this were happening to anyone else, you'd cut them some slack.
She's right. It's hard for all of us to see you suffering like this. We care about you, and we just want you to be okay.
Fine. You can talk to the Weavers in Cassidon's Hold. I can't promise. I just...
We'll go one step at a time.
You sure you don't want to run away, screaming?
What? Why?
Nothing. Never mind.
Come on. Seriously. What are you talking about?
It's just... That's generally the reaction that sufferers of Era's plague get across the Maida Basin. After all, Era only stalks the wicked for penance.
Ignorância fora de Maida. É relevante assegurá-la de que ninguém de bando Tessalões vai julgá-la.
Even if Era actually was out for you, I still wouldn't run. Anyone who cares about you knows you're not a threat.
I wish I felt as sure of that as you do.
In time, I'll be able to say, I told you so.
Maybe.
Told you so.
Hi, Aurea. I am here on behalf of Arakim.
That's weirdly formal. Everything all right?
He finds you intimidating. Personally, I don't see it, but I thought I'd be extra polite for his sake.
He does. Good. What does he want?
He's wondering if he could power the scry while I run an errand for him. He's hoping you'll give him tips.
Happily. But feel free to tell him I was a bit scary, to keep him on his toes.
It's my pick for book club. I can't decide between a love story about a studious ram and an Auburn warrior that couldn't be more opposite. Or a treatise on Tazan governance prior to the Surge.
Those do seem like very different options.
Yeah, well, normally we'd have passed through somewhere with a proper bookshop by now. But we're running low on options inside the Vale.
Good news.
Sendo que Ora ficou feliz de fazer isso.
Ori is absolutely willing to give you pointers on the scry. She joked I should play up her scary side, but honestly, she's an incredible mentor. You'll be fine.
I've coordinated lots of operations from Cassidon's Hold, but I never had much formal training. More self-taught. A chance to learn from someone with decades of experience is an incredible opportunity. I'll be there with you then, when you get close to the nests. They're in the Bastion's Yard and Envoy's Landing in Upper Denevron.
Ora, o que é que faz? Agora confuso. Sou forte de Cassina. Da infestação. Dá uma dormida, né? Tá noite. Dá uma descansada.
Isla, I was wondering if you might be able to help my friend.
Oh, what seems to be the problem?
I was wondering if you've heard of an affliction known as Era's Plague.
A damaging misnomer, but yeah.
It certainly seems like the Enclave had a better understanding of it than the rest of the Maida does. I believe our quartermaster is suffering from it. She's a Kashar like you.
Ah, yes. The condition isn't unique to Kashar, but it's believed we experience it in greater severity due to our unique sleep cycles. I've heard of Ram, Obrun, Ashar, and Kassil alike who've experienced it. The first line of treatment is sleep. Unfortunately, that's difficult for Kashar. Thankfully, a sleeping balm should go a long way to help her. But it's not enough on its own.
E vamos começar por aí. Vamos ir para os próximos passos.
How do I get hold of a sleeping balm?
Poção sangue.
Well, I can make one for you here if you bring me the ingredients. You'll need emerald lucin, a gemstone famed for its ability to radiate peace, and chill feather weave for its cooling properties. In addition to this, you'll need oil membrane for the formula, and of course, red cotton, because it filters the light so that the eyes find deeper rest.
I'll bring you those right away.
Excuse me, but Arakim mentioned you're the Spindle, a leading representative for the High Arcanists.
Oh, yes, that's...
We wanted to formally introduce ourselves. I'm Aurea, as you know. This is Dam, our enchanter, and Bryn, our acting point.
We didn't catch your name earlier. Khan?
Just call me Isla. Is there something I can help you with?
We'd actually like to help you. Apparently you want to restore the arcs.
Shh! Not so loud. Sorry, that sounds wonderful, but the Eye won't be happy about us collaborating.
Tem problema em trabalhar juntos. Isso não é porque o olho ficaria chateado.
Pooling resources and sharing knowledge is hardly a bad thing. Why would the Eye be upset about us trying to help you?
I do want to fix the arcs. More than anything. I just need you to be quiet about it.
Okay. We'll try, but forgive us if our excitement bubbles over and we forget.
It's Dom. He's the one that might forget.
We know that the arcs began malfunctioning after the surge. A select few were even sabotaged. Any idea on what caused the other malfunctions?
Some theories, but nothing solid. Anyone who knew how to create arcs, let alone fix them, died before I was born. I've tinkered with an inactive arc that's lying near the Grand Gate, but it would make a world of difference if I could study a resonance that was freshly harvested from a great arc's pattern.
Consider it done.
Rin's got you covered. She has a knack for harvesting great archons.
You'll have it in no time.
If you're sure, I certainly would appreciate it. With discretion, of course.
Right.
We've been talking a while. You'd better go. Before Asylum, all the loom gates were reset so that the Surgeborn couldn't use them to continue spreading. How did you reconnect to the city?
We tracked down a key swatch to Denevron. Found it in the mayor's home in Poldervale.
Your band is quite resourceful.
A coisa com Dom. Sugiro que os dois conversem.
Dom loves discussing magical theory. He would be thrilled to speak with the Enclave's leading enchantress.
That is tempting. But the Eye wouldn't be pleased if he caught me speaking to your band any more than I have to. No offense, but I should really get back to work.
All this wreckage scattered throughout the room. Why haven't you guys cleaned it up?
Khan Stanild ordered us not to.
And that's because he wants to keep it messy?
Correct. Speaking frankly, my impression is that he wanted any visitors to feel as if we were still in a major state of crisis. Though visitors are few and far between. Upper government officials only, all of whom are working from offices with roofs. We are the lucky few over here. What a privilege it is to work in a building that is open to the weather. I understand the motivation of wanting to wait until we'd found everyone a place to live, but we achieved that 20 years ago. Thousands of survivors rehomed, and yet I still have to step over puddles to get to my desk.
I am simply telling you, as the foremost leader of the Enclave, that I don't want you getting distracted.
Can you clarify what you mean by that?
You know exactly what I mean. Eyes down, know your place. Focus on your own problems. Organize your little craftspeople. Keep the wheels of civilized society greased. And don't dare to presume you know better than me.
If you have a problem with my performance, You are welcome to gather feedback from the people who elected me. They may have a clearer understanding of what I bring to the table.
We'll continue this conversation later.
Hirun, Karnatme. Allow me to formally introduce you to Bryn, the Weaver Band's point.
You're the Axel, right? Arakim says you're a good person to know.
I am. My given name is Harun, as Arakim said, but you may refer to me as Khan Arteme. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, despite the circumstances. And I wish they were better circumstances. The new Surgeborn threat requires us to realign our priorities. Some are a little slower on that than others.
If there's anything we can do to move things along, I'm at your disposal.
What about the supply shortage? I've seen her in combat. She's better than any of us.
What's her help look like? I'd prefer if she could avoid unleashing another apocalypse on us.
Beleza, incrível. Sua apresentação.
We didn't bring a lot with us, but if there's anything we can provide to you, our courtmaster, Casmin, will be happy to help. A decade working the maiden shipping lanes turned her hard as can't steel.
She sounds lovely. But unfortunately, we're supplying 10,000 people, not 7 weavers and their pack beast. And I doubt you'd have enough on your caravan to make much of a difference. Fortunately, there's a silver lining to your Surgeborn mess that could solve the problem.
Count me in.
Right. With the Surgeborn unleashed, we're anticipating casualties and damage to our facilities. However, there's a restricted area in the underworks that we lost access to decades ago when the Eye sealed it. The Institute. An arcane laboratory where the Enclave conducted its enchantment research, among other projects. Inside the Institute lies a significant supply cache. Its contents will be enough to keep us going, for the time being. If the notes the previous Axel left me are accurate, though, there's an additional complication.
Of course.
The Surgeborn secure territory by building structures, akin to insect hives. The Institute is likely overrun with them, and has been for 20-odd years.
So, the Surgeborn are a long-standing threat to the Enclave.
I wish I were old enough to remember what it was like to live without the fear of the Surgeborn. As a child, I sat awake every night worrying about them. They were terrifying. Knowing what I know now, I should have been even more scared.
I'm sorry you went through that. It must have been horrible.
Thank you.
All the more reason to actually do something about the problem, instead of spending our lives cowering behind the walls of our glorious fortress.
You'll hear no disagreement from me, now that the game board has been...
Sounds like I need to clear any Surgeborn hives from the Institute, then.
That'll thin them out enough that my scouts will be able to access the supply cache without much trouble.
Now that Asylum is lifted, we should be able to access the loom gates in the Institute again. I'm going to trust you with this key swatch. It's been gathering dust for over 25 years.
Only the Eye would let such a crucial resource sit there for that long.
Yes. If we're clear on everything, I'll get back to work. My list of obligations grows by the minute. Someone has to keep this goddamn fortress running.
Arakim, we will be having a discussion to clarify.
What's your history here? Have you been the Axel for a long time?
Why do you care?
You seem like someone who deliberately underplays her hand. I'd hate to play a game of Panjal against you.
All right. I'll take that as a compliment. I was elected to this seat 8 years ago. I've done a good enough job to be re-elected.
Só ocupada, aí deixa ele aqui.
That all makes sense? Thanks for taking a moment to talk.
E aí, cidadão? Ui.
So, you.
Me?
The one causing trouble. The one poking into corners. The one who hasn't the good sense to leave well enough alone.
Had you allowed Arakim to reach out to us sooner, this could have been avoided.
Arakim has a proven record of poor judgment on matters of protocol. I will not be lectured by the person who put us all at risk on how best to handle our security. But I'm being impolite. Let us start afresh. Please, share what you hope to accomplish by loitering around the hold.
A perda de conhecimento preocupante. Diz a ele que esperam preservar o que puder.
Weavers outside the Veil have been hoping the Enclave would be a bastion of lost arts. And it's clear that's not the case. Still, there is history and expertise to be found here. Even if it takes our band ages to piece it together, it's worth restoring.
I shudder to think we have disappointed the cart pullers out there, selling our collective skills like mercenaries. Perhaps they could write us a sternly worded letter. Still, your point is well made. Much was lost in the surge, and very little has been recovered. Though I look forward to seeing what knowledge outsiders can recover that the Enclave's leading enchanters cannot.
Like it or not, I'm here to help.
The Enclave stands on a blade's edge. Stretch our resources too thin on risky ventures, and we face collapse. Certain elements of our population call for action, for bold purpose. And I ask you, what purpose is bolder than survival?
Well,
Purely rhetorical. We must survive, and we must make considered, careful moves if we are to do so. There is no sacrifice too great towards that goal. You, at least, understand the precarity of our situation. Now understand the necessity of our caution.
I do, but...
Thank you for your time. You may...
But...
You may
Go
go.
ahead. Autoridade Suprema. Coletar luminita, esmeralda, algodão vermelho. Infestação. Esse negócio aqui. Instituto. Posso mais invocar. Ações enquanto ser acessível via porta A. Explora nova área. Tô afim não. Dois lugares novos para explorar. Nível não. Dá pra ver. Outra área aqui. Prestar draga à noite. Escolha o vale matador. Protótipos de forja. Variando. Passagem lá. Essa é a noite. Pegar a espada. Espada de fogo. Amiguinho. Ressaltas. Quando eu vou encerrar a live, daqui a pouco. Antes do almoço. Aquela pausa. Pausa pro almoço aí. Já já, meio-dia e meio. Seja lagado. Eita,
Metal plates with detailed engraving.
que essas
I wonder if
copinhas.
Sola might be interested in these.
Consola e os diagramas da forja mariana e conjunto de placas esculpidas. Um portal por aqui não. A porta é ar. Vê um vídeo, se inscreve lá, deixa o like no teu canal. Calma aí, mano. Cai aí, né? Estua. Isso aqui é minha glass. Não tem. Já vim aqui já. Deixa eu ver pra onde vai aqui. Só aqui logo. Pra ajudar a draga. Aqui, né? Separadinho, muito. E aí, Augusto, salve, bem-vindo aí no canal. Tudo bem contigo? Jogando Miranha lá no teu canal.
I think I found a prototype that goes with the helm schematic I gave you.
Onde eu moro? Eu sou de Recife, Pernambuco.
Yes! These markings in the metal are vents, a signature of the Tarmakine style.
Could we forge the helm now?
Maybe. Give me a sec.
Bora feito caldo de cana. Bonitão mesmo. De fogo. Aurora? Onde é que fica isso? Tocantins.
always wanted to build something like this.
The Tarmakind helm is beautiful, Sola. Can't wait to test it out on an expedition.
I am honestly kind of proud of myself right now. I wasn't totally sure I was going to be able to do that. Like I said, this style is a lost art. I know it's just a small piece, but I'm feeling on top of the world right now.
As you should. This is pretty cool.
Before my mentor, Hilda, passed away, and my apprenticeship was cut short, I always saw myself opening up my own smithing school. Specifically to pass on the Tarmakind techniques and prevent them from being lost for good. Feels like another lifetime now. Obviously that dream died with Hilda. It's been like 10 or 15 years since I've even thought of that.
Procurando diagramas, Zé. Tem meu apoio.
Hey, if it means new gear, I'll keep tracking down schematics for you. Whatever you decide to do with all the Tarmakind knowledge you acquire.
Wow, that would be amazing. Maybe there's a chance we could restore the techniques after all.
You can do anything you set your mind to, Sola.
You're right. I'm pretty awesome like that.
Orei, porra.
That's the spirit.
This has all given me a lot to think about.
Passando teu canal em live. Live, quer dizer? Tia massa. Passei de gelo, de fogo não tem de gelo. Você passa aqui. Resistência de gelo. Desafio? Qual é o nome do teu canal mesmo? Manda o nome do teu canal aí. E a selva. Não é Silva, não? Achei aqui. Achei. Dona Nádia Silva. Você joga Minecraft, é? Minecraft. Jogo antigo do Homem-Aranha. Caramba. Ark Survival. Spider-Man dentro do Minecraft, é isso? Episódio 1, episódio 2, episódio 3. Inscrevi lá no canal.
A lot of memories come rushing back when I think about Tarmakind.
Good or bad ones?
Both. I remember the smells. We used very specific woods for the fires when we were alloying. Precise heats and times. And sounds. The guiding tap my mentor would do before every hammer strike. Here. Slower. Faster. Breathe with me. No, foolish girl. Again.
Sounds a little relentless.
No more than the combat drills you and Oreo have done. It's all practice. Making your muscles carve a groove so deep the action is automatic, so that your mind is free to focus on the intent.
You miss it?
Not all. I missed the stability of a school. Knowing where your tools are, always. And I missed that crusty old battle axe of a mentor. I had so much to learn from her. Still, maybe this is my chance. Pick up where I left off.
Ação cumprida.
You're seriously telling me Carnhaven is now completely independent from Sansa?
Bryn's parents fought in the war.
Wow. I guess it makes sense that our history books are a little out of date, but I never imagined so much could change since the Surge.
From what we've gathered, quite a lot has happened inside the Vale as well, has it not?
Yes, that's true, but I don't know how to describe it. The Archon's malfunctioning, the Surgeborn appearing, the retreat to Cassidon's Hold. They're all phases of this one crisis. So even when catastrophe strikes, life here still feels stagnant.
Oh, good. I caught you both.
We are thoroughly caught, love.
I can't stop thinking about the Tarmakind helm we forged, Bryn. I'd written off my early training as a lost cause, but you've sparked my hope.
We'll search high and low, Sola.
To think of it. Traveling the world, sharing knowledge of a lost style of armorcraft.
Nada.
Yes. I just need to tend to the forge before it cools. Excuse me.
Always so diligent about her forge.
Tem algo mais acontecendo lá. Dá uma questão da.
I don't think that was about her forge, Dom.
Quem foi que ela foge?
Oh?
I'm not sure what, but something's bothering her. Just a word to the wise.
Bryn, you are a very good friend.
Beleza, pode
And
deixar.
I know exactly what will lift her spirits. This may prove to be a bit of a challenge, but it's one I know you can handle.
Wait, tá chegando, hein? Oh, wait, tá chegando. Olha a void aí. Já já ele chega. Próximo Day 1 Game Pass. E você tá preparado pra jogar? Nosso próximo jogo aí. Usando em live. Muito em breve. Sabe jogar.
I need you to do some harvesting. Pushing your magic into the pattern of a great foe so that you can tear a strand of its power free. Not that you haven't done this before.
It's the only way to grow as a point.
Indeed. And so we turn our collective sights upon an Ash Peak Drake.
Dragão de
You've
novo.
already downed one of these great beasts, but a harvested strand will be our chance to strengthen your abilities.
Our?
Like all things our band tackles, it's a team effort. Whenever you pull a strand from a foe, I take that captured magic and weave it into your mantle. As a bonus, there are byproducts that I can use to make Solar a small gift.
Win-win. I get magical powers, you get husband points.
We know they've been flying in the skies above Dredger's Mire. It's just a matter of tracking one down and doing what you do best.
My first drake harvest.
Muito pesado. Ah, não. Tá perguntando se eu ganho dinheiro no YouTube? Ainda não. Felizmente. O canal ainda não é monetizado. Salve, salve, felzeira aí, mano. Valeu pela presença, meu querido. Valeu pelo like aí, pelo apoio na live. E aí, como é que tá? Como estão as coisas? Tá jogando God of War? Tá se maratonando aí, Deus da Guerra. Preparando o bolo. Da draga à noite. Estamos de dia ainda. Vai começar a sua session. Isso eu não lembro. Ele é o do PSP. Você tem dois no PSP, né? Não sei se é um deles. Deixa registrado essa lenda. É. Salve, Nadia. Salve. Não sei nem o que eu faço aqui. Não dá pra fazer ainda. Apertar um dragão, né? Ressonância de baforada do dragão. Dragão fina. Tô prestes da draga, viu? Quer negociar uma aranha comigo? Dá pra trocar, né? Pela Steam. Dá pra desenrolar, quem sabe? Eu sei que dá pra trocar, né? Pela Steam. Tem um esquema de família também, mas parece que não rola. Você precisa ser... Isso aqui mora próximo. Se ele pega pelo endereço da pessoa. Tem essa restrição de localidade. Usando família de boa. Vou ver o que aconteceu. Conseguiu adicionar de boa as pessoas. Você tem como adicionar como adulto ou como criança, né? Tava querendo adicionar como criança uma pessoa aí pra ver se vai conseguir acessar o jogo. Mas não deu certo. Família só um. Vamos jogar a biblioteca um do outro. Tô ligado. Não pode jogar no mesmo horário. Joga uma pessoa aquele mesmo jogo por vez. Você tá lá. Sim. Jogou. É um jogador, né? Aventura. Oi, Miles. E aí, beleza? Bem-vindo aí, mano. Novamente. Finalmente a gente comentando. O pessoal no meu canal é meio tímido. Esse para vigília. ele é um monstro. Ah, meu Deus. Não, tá um negócio. Morre, cara. Olha. Obrigado, Alex. Desculpa qualquer coisa. Me perdoa por não acompanhar tanto. Menos eu dou inscrito em todas as minhas contas. Imagina, cara. Você está aqui agora já agradeço demais aí também. Tem várias contas, todas você é inscrito aqui. Agradeço demais aí o apoio. Tem algum dragão aqui? Tem. Não quero saber de você. Esse bichão tá aqui. Vou pegar um dragão. Lascou.
A hallowed pyre shrine all the way out.
Tem negócio ali. Meu nome é Davi. Queria mandar um pix. Eita. É boa, mano. Nossa, gigante ali. Explorei essa área ainda. Isso aqui dá pra vir aqui. Dá um rolê aqui desse lado. Gosto de você. Deixa eu lá. Estudante. Barreira aqui. Essa poção. Olha, aproveitar aquele bicho ali. Olha, level 3. Maravilha. Tá precisando mesmo. Tá com grandão, né? Eita, o bichão. Esse bicho. Bicho chato. Bicho chato, mas matar logo. E aí, bichão? Vai vir ou não vai vir? que eu uso. Achei uma bosta. Okay. Prepara daí, não. Se mexe não. De chama vento. Vamos lá, bichão. Vai ter embora. Oh. Batendo em quem? Já tá nervoso. Já chega assim já. Joga. Joga que eu pego. Pega o negócio, mano. Oh, esquivei. se rapalar. Vamos ver esse golpe. Fecha. Acho que tá caindo, que isso? Mata que morre agora. Bom, né? Cadê o bichão? Tchau pra tu, grandão. Oxe, um monte de coisa. E agora, José? Agora vamos embora. Queria um dragão, não queria esse bicho não. As 4 horas aí de live. Vou ter que dar uma pausa, né? Bater aquele rango. Tem pra fazer o negócio aqui. Isso aqui. Cabelo falso. Se vale a pena fazer isso.
You seemed a little discouraged earlier when we were talking to Dom.
I was. I know he means well, but sometimes Dom's enthusiasm can be a...
He seemed supportive.
Oh, he is, but let's just say sometimes he latches onto an idea without considering alternatives. It's fine. You're sweet to ask.
Já que tá de noite. Deixa eu fazer essa missão logo. Vou tentar de noite. Cotidiano, cotidiano, esta draga, para matar talão. Que pega esse negócio. Matar um bicho.
These must be the glowing plants left mentioned. Diane's core is collected. Lane will be
Xará, e aí, beleza? Bem-vindo no canal, valeu pela participação no chat. Presença. Configuração do meu PC. Esse jogo nem é tão pesado. Não é pesado. Mas a configuração do meu PC é um... Ele tem um Ryzen 9 7900. Muito fixe. Um AndeXGames, né? 4070. As memórias aqui 16, atualizando 32. O que mais? Setup é M5. Isso basicamente mais importante. Tem um bicho aqui. Tem um Colossos aqui, né? Tem um Ark. Cadê o Ark daqui? Sem Ark à noite. Tu joga alguma coisa também? Tá jogando STRANDS também. Tu joga outra coisa? Conta aí pra nós.
Glowing plants acquired and delivered. How are things on your end?
Oh, I'd almost forgotten about these. Thankfully, the alchemic preparation is, well, prepared. Let me find it. All I need to do is extract the clarifying essence. And that should do it.
It's wonderful to watch a genius at work.
Genial.
So, when can I go test this out?
I was hoping you'd ask.
Puxando o saco.
I need some more ingredients. More of the luminous
Mas
plants, for
isso.
one. And some ink-cap mushrooms, if you wouldn't mind.
Gota de tinta. Pelo menos.
What are you cooking up now?
More Diane's chorus means I can mix up plenty of this solution for Aurea. Ink caps? Well, that's a secret for now.
I'll allow it. I'll be back once I've grabbed everything on your sundry list.
The great market of the outdoors. Huh. I hope you're able to find some good bargains.
I always do.
Vídeo também. Vou voltar lá logo. Aqui tá de noite. Tá escuro. Acho que eu tô indo pela outra lá.
That's enough Diane's chorus. Just need to grab those ink caps and I'll have everything laid as for. If I pick up any more of these, I'll have to spend an entire day scrubbing the ink off my hands. Anyway, this should be enough of everything for Lane. I brought you a bag full of what looks like Arthur's breakfast.
The ink caps and sprigs of Diane's chorus. Lovely. And Oria didn't have any problems with Watcher's Wisp.
She noticed a pretty immediate improvement. Seems like it worked a treat.
Wonderful. I'll keep on producing the solution for her then. Another project on my to-do list. How delightful.
We're not overloading you, are we?
Quite the opposite. If I only had one thing to think about, I'd be tearing my hair out in frustration. This suits me. For example, since this began, I've been thinking about what else I could do with those glowing plants you collected. Perhaps I could mix up glow-in-the-dark ink, for example. My focus is on utility, though.
Salve Diego aí, mano. Valeu aí pela presença, pelo like.
And one must ask, would glow-in-the-dark ink be helpful? What do you think?
Fluorescente. Conceito fascinante. Especular sobre seus usos estratégicos.
Perhaps it could be used to make maps that you can read by
É
starlight.
top, hein? Gostar assim. É legalzinho o jogo. Aventura. Sempre gosto de jogar assim.
I don't know. I read all of my research materials by lantern light, so I don't know if it would be especially useful to have glowing
Joguinho
maps.
aventura.
If it were up to me,
Exploração.
all my maps would glow in the dark. But I use them differently than you do.
Oh, of course. I hadn't
I but a tree.
pond.
Oh.
My not any.
A parte ruim do jogo é isso. Muita conversa. Essa ali vai. Pega mais coisa pra ela, né? Não, outra missão, né? Vou enfrentar um dragão aqui. Terceiro fio da baforada do dragão. Projeto, pegar o material, manifestação. Isso que dá pra fazer. Mas enfim, galera, vou dar uma pausa por aqui. Tivemos aí 4 horinhas de live. 4 horinhas aí, gameplay. Esse joguinho da aventura aí. Só peço estar live já do jogo. O jogo eu tenho parado ainda. Vou dar uma pausa. Vou terminar o Miranha. Miranha Verso. Mas mais tarde eu tô de volta aí com mais uma play aí do jogo pra gente continuar. Vou mostrar um pouco mais aí na história do jogo. Concluir as missões aí que faltam. Beleza, então é isso. Aguardo vocês aí na próxima live. Agradeço demais aí quem chegou. Quem chegou pelo YouTube, deixou aquele likezão.
Solar, my love, have you borrowed my moisturizing cream again?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Do you mind?
No, no, not at all.
Eu deixei um link aí do
Could make
Discord,
your
né?
own if you'd like.
Oh,
Discord aí do canal. Caso alguém queira entrar lá. Em breve eu tô trazendo novidades aí. Principalmente pra quem é sub. A roxinha. Agradeço também que veio pela roxinha, né? Quem tá acompanhando aí, valeu galera. Pela presença na live. Diego, valeu meu velho. Anderson Mas Morales. Valeu Maios Felzeira. Nádia. Grande Felzeira. Sigam aí Felzeira também. Outro grande cara aí que faz as lives de gameplay também no canal dele. Também recomendo muito. Além do Diego também. AndeXGames, outro canal também que eu recomendo aí. Mundo 2 Games também. Lorde Lucas na roxinha. É isso, galera. Agradeço demais aí o apoio de todos vocês. Aguardo aí vocês novamente na próxima live. Beleza, ficando por aqui. Um forte abraço. Até a próxima. Valeu.